A few days later, the Maharaja's son's third birthday was celebrated. Until then, the Maharaja had given his entire mind over to tiger hunting. He had had no time to spare for the crown prince. But now the king turned his attention to the child. So, after a few days, the Maharaja's son's third birthday was celebrated, and till then, the Maharaja had been busy in hunting tigers. So, he had not given any attention to his crown prince. But now he decided to turn his attention towards his child. He wished to give him some special gift on his birthday. He went to the shopping center in Prathimandapuram and searched every shop but could not find anything suitable. Finally, he spotted a wooden tiger in a toy shop and decided it was the perfect gift. So the Maharaja went to the shopping center to buy a gift for his son. He could not find anything suitable, but finally he spotted a wooden tiger in a toy shop and decided that this was the perfect gift for his son. The wooden tiger cost only 2 annas and a quarter. The wooden tiger was a very cheap one. It costed only 2 and a quarter annas. 1 anna is equal to 1/16th of a rupee. It used to be an old Indian coin. But the shopkeeper knew that if he quoted such a low price to the Maharaja, he would be punished under the rules of the emergency. So he said, "Your Majesty, this is an extremely rare example of craftsmanship, a bargain at 300 rupees. So when the Maharaja asked the shopkeeper about the price, the shopkeeper was afraid that if he quoted a low price, the Maharaja might punish him. So he said, "Your Majesty, this is an extremely rare example of craftsmanship. This is a very rare piece, and it's a sale offer at 300 rupees. He's quoting a very low price, that is at 300 rupees. Very good. Let this be your offering to the crown prince on his birthday." The king said, "Okay, let this be a gift from your side to the crown prince," said the Maharaja, and took it away with him. On that day, father and son played with that tiny little wooden tiger. It had been carved by an unskilled carpenter. Both the father and son, that is the Maharaja and his son, played with that wooden tiger, and the wooden tiger had been made by an unskilled carpenter, that is a person who was not unprofessional carpenter. Its surface was rough. Tiny slivers of wood stood up like quails all over it. Tiny slivers, that is narrow, thin pieces of wood stood up on it like quails. Quails are sharp spines of porcupine, like that all over the tiger. One of those slivers pierced the Maharaja's right hand. One of those tiny slivers pricked the Maharaja's right hand. He pulled it out with his left hand and continued to play with the prince. He pulled that sliver out and continued to play with the prince. The next day, infection flared in the Maharaja's right hand. Next day, his right hand, where the sliver had pricked, became septic. In 4 days, it developed into a suppurating sore which spread all over his arm. And within 4 days, the wound spread and it became worse. It started discharging pus. The wound spread all over his arm. 3 famous surgeons were brought in from Madras. After holding a consultation, they decided to operate. The operation took place. 3 famous surgeons were brought in from Madras, and they all held consultation and decided upon operating the Maharaja. The 3 surgeons who performed it came out of the theatre and announced the operation was successful. The Maharaja is dead. The 3 surgeons, they performed the operation and they came out and announced that the operation was successful. That is, whatever they had gone in to operate upon, that work was successfully done, but they could not save the Maharaja. The Maharaja was dead. In this manner, the 100th tiger took its final revenge upon the Tiger King. In this manner, the prophecy of the astrologers came true in a way, and it was the 100th tiger, though it was just a wooden tiger, became the cause of his death, And here the author says that the 100th tiger took its final revenge upon the Tiger King.